It's Jenny J. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it feels like it's been seriously forever, like months and months and months forever. So, first of all, thank you everybody who has not given up on Jenny J. um, you know, so in typical Friday night date night fashion, I thought, yes, Michael Dunn, who is this indeed? I thought, you know what? We're just going to have a powwow, a sit down. I've got lots to tell you guys. So I am so super excited to share what's been going on with me. But first of all, I have to give a shout out to all of you. Now, I still see that I actually have to say I'm very impressed because Cowboy Jeff 1911 is still a member of my channel. I can't believe I even have any members left because it's been so many months since I have done anything for you guys, and I apologize. But hopefully when you hear what I've been doing, you will find it in your big, gentle, kind hearts to forgive JennyJ1911. So, without further ado, I want to give a shout out to all my regulars who I see their names popping up. I kept telling Jim, I was like, oh my gosh, I scheduled this 2 days ago, and I was like, nobody's going to come. Nobody remembers. Nobody is going to remember me. Probably the notifications won't show up on their YouTubes or wherever they're going to get the notification. Nobody's going to be there. So I have to say thank you to all of you. And I really appreciate every one of you being here because I thought for sure nobody would come. So huge shout out to Cowboy Jeff 1911. He did have the front row seat tonight. So he automatically is the apple of the teacher's eye tonight because he was that studious guy, brown noser. I didn't say that. He's the guy that was here first, got his front row seat all ready to go. And I want to just scroll through names just for, old time's sake. We've got Michael Dunn who says, well, hello, strangers. I think everybody's happy to see the J crew back together again. We have Affordable Armory who's here. And I have to say, it's only been since April since I've seen Affordable Armory. We actually had a lot of fun together in Indy. And I think we were exhausted, weren't we? Affordable Armory. Like it was exhausting this year. And who else we have? Reese. Thank you so much, Reese, for being here. We've got Critter is here. Critter, don't let the cat out of the bag yet. Critter has found a new social media platform that I will be telling you guys about in a minute. Critter found that and commented. And one of my daughters actually saw it yesterday. She said, hey, did you know that one of your YouTube people found your new Instagram? And I was like, how did you find it? So I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you guys, have kept up with me and you've, been able to know what I'm doing. And hopefully after tonight, more of you will know and more of you can kind of jump on this new bandwagon that I'm going to get on. So anyway, back to my roster. I have Tim Rink in the house. I'm so glad to see you. Brian's Custom Canvas is here. It has been forever. He did send me an email a while back and I didn't get a chance to respond to it, but he did reach out and check up on me. Let's see. Ota Kutum 1224. I don't know if this is a regular person that has a new screen name or not, but they're from Northwest Ohio, which is where I'm from, which is really, really crazy. So it's not a name I recognize, but welcome to the channel if you're new and welcome back if you just have a new name. Let's see who else is here. Who else do we have? Just checking. Just Defense. We just met, actually. I'm the new guy in school. I watched you recently on your review of the HK45. Yay! And you're still here even after that, even after after that magazine drop that I had in that video. Wayne Mail is here. Great to see you. Rich B is here. Awesome to see you. Oh my gosh. Tim, I can't see. I can't see. Tim Peel, I think that's how we've discussed you pronounce it before, right? He's here. I am so thankful that all of you are here. I feel so much better now. I am so relieved. So, first things first, tonight is a super exciting night. Well, kind of for two reasons. So, first of all, my youngest daughter has been in Florida all summer visiting with her father, and she's coming back tonight. She's flying in. We have storms, I don't know, all around between Florida and Missouri, and her flight keeps getting pushed back. She was supposed to get in at like 10:30 tonight, and it's been pushed back by more than 2 hours now. So it's going to be a late night for Jenny J. But I'm excited to see her. It's been a couple of months since I've gotten to see my 16-year-old. So that's super cool. I'm very, very excited to have her back home and just spend some time with her. And I'm thankful that she is on her way back. And then the other thing that's exciting for this weekend is Sunday is my birthday. So yes, I will be the big 40, excuse me, something. I don't remember what the next number is. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys will remember how old I am. Actually, I'm trying to think, how old am I? Yeah, okay. I had to do the math. I was born in 1976. So there you go. There's your little hint. Okay. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you. Thank you, Just Defense. So what has been going on with me? As you all know, the last video that I posted was the unboxing of the Cosint and the Cos 9. And I do have the video of that, the review. I feel horrible because I did reach out to Greg at Cosint and I said, I am so sorry. I've got this video sitting in my vault. I just have to put the final touches on it for editing. I just want you all to know, I feel terrible that I haven't gotten that video out yet, but please be watching for it. Make sure you hit the like button on that video, especially so that Greg and his company Cosint can have their, their acknowledgement, because they've been so patient with Jenny J, and I appreciate them. That just goes to show one more, fact, one more piece of evidence that they're a great company, that they are really that awesome all-American company that has their consumer in mind. And I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna beat around the bush and make you guys watch just to find out my thoughts. You'll still have to watch the video to see all the details about it, but I will tell you, I did love the Cos 9. It is an amazing gun. So I'm just going to put that out there. So make sure you watch for that video. It will be coming out soon. Okay, so what have I been doing? Well, as you all know, a year ago, I left teaching, and I got a job in the firearms industry. And when I'm no longer working at that job, I'll tell you guys what it was or where I was working. But just for the sake of not making it seem like I have ever been partial to a particular product, I'm not going to tell you yet who it was that I am still working for. But like I said, when I'm not working there anymore, I will tell you guys who I was working for. So anyway, that being said, back in February, I decided to try a new venture. It's something I'd been thinking about doing even back years ago when I was teaching in Indiana. And at the time when I looked into this career change, I didn't have time to teach 60 hours a week and go back to school to do this thing. So, what is the thing that I have now gone back to school and taken all my tests for and gotten licensed to do? I have become a realtor. So, I have always had this passion for houses and especially older homes. You know me, I love old things. I love history. I love older homes. And so I can't wait to kind of find my niche in that part of the market too. But, I also love people. I love helping people. I love interacting with people. I love seeing people on their journey. That was kind of a lot of what I did while I was teaching, was watch people on their journey. And so this is just a different way to, I can educate my clients. I can educate, them as consumers. Plus I can help them find their home or sell their home, whatever that next leg of their journey is. So that is what I'm doing now. That being said, first of all, I am going to put this link down here. I hope it works. So if you want to go to, hopefully it works. If you're on Facebook, I don't know if you can click on that link or if you can copy it and paste it into your browser or whatever. This is my, no, Michael Dunn, I'm not training houses. This is my Facebook page for my real estate business. So I am working for Alexander Realty in St. Charles, Missouri. They are an incredible brokerage. I am so lucky to have found them. Just today, after my firearms job, I left there, went to the office and worked there for a little bit. And the two owners of this brokerage, their names are Renee and Mark Ottinger, and they are incredible people. They have been so welcoming to me, as well as Sherry Clark. She's there. She has helped me so much too. So shout out to those three people. But anyway, I walk in and Mark and Renee were like talking to me, and Mark said, "You know what? You are our kind of people because you like guns and you like whiskey." So I just feel like, I have found a really great home with them. I know I'm going to be able to learn so much from them. Every broker or realtor that I've talked to there has been so welcoming, so helpful, and so just friendly. And I can't wait to just make this career with them, build my business with them. So if you have a chance, also you can check out Alexander Realty on Facebook. So I'm going to be showing you a slideshow to just kind of give you an idea of what I've been doing this summer, some pictures. So, okay. Reese says, nice headshots. So, Critter, back to Critter, he found me on Instagram. So if you look up, I think it's under Jenny Johnson Mo Realtor, Mo as in the abbreviation for Missouri, Jenny Johnson Mo Realtor. You'll find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I don't have anything posted yet on any of those. Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. So there you go. So I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel highlighting some places around the greater St. Louis area, especially St. Charles County and all of those places where I'm going to be helping people feel welcome when they are moving into the area. So if you think about it, just keep an eye on all of that stuff. Maybe you know somebody that's going to be moving to the area and they need a house. Give him my name. Give him my name. Give him my number. Mo Jenny, exactly. Critter says, Mo Jenny. No, Cowboy Jeff, I'm not recruiting the robots. The robots are going to stay at the other job. So once I get into, once I'm actually finally making some money at real estate, an undetermined amount of time, I will be leaving my firearms job. At that point, I will, also be able to pick my YouTube channel back up. Now that I have my schooling and all of that out of the way, I will have so much more time to put back into my JennyJ1911. So that is why it has taken me so long to get anything done. I had to prioritize. I needed to get the real estate stuff done just as quickly as I could, just to be done with it. So thank you all for understanding and for sticking by me. I have a great appreciation for all of you. So now I am going to screen share. I've never done this on StreamYard, so hopefully I have it figured out right. So I'm going to screen share and show you my slideshow. Okay, so here we go. All right, so there we go. I've got two screens, so I'm looking at both screens. All right, so this is, in case you didn't find it already, that's my picture. Jim actually took that picture for me, so I thought he did such a nice job with it. And that is the Alexander Realty logo. So if you happen to find that, you'll know you're in the right place. Okay, so what have we been doing this summer? So one thing we like to do is we like to sit out on our front porch, because who doesn't enjoy that, right? And we noticed that up at the top, when the people that built the house, they put those little spikes up on the top of the columns of the front porch. Those are anti-bird spikes. Well, what we have discovered is they're actually nest building spikes, because the birds love them. They build their nests up there. And you will see there in that first picture, we have an adorable, handsome little house finch. So we first saw him, we're like, he must have a nest up there. So we decided, all right, we're going to accommodate this handsome little house finch. So there's another picture of him. Look at him. He's so cute. And we decided, okay, we're going to get some feeders. So we went to Wild Birds Unlimited and we got some feeders. And so we've been feeding house finches. We've been feeding goldfinches. And yeah, Michael Dunn says, watch out below. It is so, so true, because every morning we go out on the porch, and yes, there are many, many little calling cards left by the birds. So then we have to wash everything down again. Anyway, so then we were like, you know what? We really need some beautiful flowers for our front porch. So what did we do? We went out and we bought a bunch of flowers. And now we have all these pretty flowers on our front porch. Well, what do flowers attract? They attract bees, right? Bees and hummingbirds. So we were like, wow. And isn't that picture cool? That's a picture that Jim took. I just love that picture. I think that is a gorgeous picture. But anyway, we were like, wow, we have bees. Now, I will tell you, I'm allergic to bees, but bees are really good, and bees are very, very important. So we decided, you know what we need to do now that we have the birds and the flowers and the bees, we need to help the bees out a little bit and give them a bee house. So for Father's Day, I gave Jim a bee house. And as you can see in the picture there, we have bees, and they have been filling in the little holes with mud. And so what you do, in case you're not familiar with how these bee houses work, you actually take those layers apart in the winter, you scrape everything in those little channels out into a box, and you can keep it in your refrigerator. So you have all the bee eggs in your refrigerator, or you can keep them in your basement as long as they're not warm enough to hatch. So then what happens is you take them out in the spring, and we saw a video where a lady cut a hole in the end of her cardboard box where her bee eggs were at. She put it under her porch, and then at their leisure, they hatch, and then they crawl out that little hole and they go out and they pollinate and do all the things that bees do that are helpful to the world. So our bees don't make honey. They are simply pollinators. These are mason bees. So they're really, really, really good bees. So what else do we have with bees? I'm going to show you this video now. So we also have hummingbirds. And I am obsessed with hummingbirds. I've been obsessed with hummingbirds for a long time. That is one of our hummingbirds that we have here at our house. We currently have 1 male and 4 females. And we laugh because our 4 females, 2 especially, we think 2 of them might be the babies, but 2 of them have been here for a while, and they just chase each other around, and they're so territorial. They chase each other off all the time. So it's kind of funny because, you know, the boy, he just stays away from them. So all right, so I am going to go back to, let's see, I'm going to share my screen here, or unshare it, reshare it. Okay. So back to what we've been doing this summer. All right. So then we had this one day, we noticed that the seed pillar that we had put out in the birdhouse was getting pecked to death in like 2 days. The seed was just gone. And we're like, what is happening? Well, if you're not familiar with starlings, the lady at Wild Birds Unlimited told us, starlings are trash birds. Starlings are kind of a nuisance. So we were like, oh, we've got starlings and they're chasing off all of our other birds and they're eating all of our seed, and it's just a mess. And they were making a huge mess everywhere. So one day we see this baby in one of our bushes. That is a baby starling. Now, he's adorable, right? He's so cute. He sat out in that bush for 2 or 3 days, wouldn't fly anywhere. And we were like, oh, geez, what is wrong with this baby? The mommy and daddy starling kept coming and yelling at him and screeching at him. And he was like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to go anywhere. And they're like, come on, dummy, you can fly. You can do it. He didn't want to fly. He didn't want to go anywhere. Well, one day he comes, I don't know, hopping around, and we kind of like walked out toward him and he flew off. Our mere presence scared him. So he flew away, flew up around the next house over from us, and disappeared. And we thought, okay, that's the end of the baby starling. Now mommy and daddy starling can leave and we won't be plagued with starlings anymore. Well, 2 minutes later, Jim and I are talking, sitting on the porch. He looks over and he says, I see you looking at me. And I was like, who are you talking to? And I look over, there is that little baby starling. He had hopped all the way down the sidewalk and up our front steps and was sitting there staring at us. So we thought for sure we were going to have a starling that lived here forever. But within a day or two, he disappeared. He was gone again, never to be seen again, maybe next year. So anyway, this brings us to the 4th of July. I just wanted to show you the flag that our neighbors get to look at every day. So this is our 2A flag that we have hanging out there. So this was 4th of July weekend. It was so beastly hot that weekend. But we took some cool pictures, and I just thought that picture was super neat. So what else have we been doing? Well, being that we've been appreciating nature, Jim said, you know what I really miss? I really miss my saltwater fish tank that I had in Indiana. So we go out to the garage, we pull that saltwater fish tank out. We think for sure the seals aren't going to hold anymore. And we fill it up with water. Well, it doesn't leak. And so we were like, okay, you know what? Let's start our saltwater fish tank up. And so we've been going to saltwater stores. Now, this little adorable puffer fish, he's not one of our puffer fish, but he is at a store that I want you guys to take note of. There is a store called Corals and More in St. Peters, Missouri. And if you ever have any questions about saltwater stuff, go call them up, ask for Logan or Maggie. They are the owners of the store. They have been absolutely incredible to work with, and they're gun people too. So we always like to, support those fellow 2A businesses, and we really appreciate them. I actually just talked to Logan on the phone tonight. He said, well, I'm going to call you back in a little bit because I asked him to find something for me. What did I ask him to find for me? Well, here is a picture of me with one of our newest family members a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Can you tell what that is? If you guessed octopus, you would be correct. So we got a Pacific brown octopus from Corals and More. That is what we put in our saltwater tank. That is, was Squiggy. Squiggy, I don't know what happened to him, but if you have any experience with fish, or especially saltwater fish, you'll know things happen. And Squiggy didn't last very long. Unfortunately, Squiggy died only about a week after we got him. Now, I thought for sure, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? I feel horrible because poor Squiggy, that's Squiggy there on my hand. The picture will pop up here pretty soon. I know it's on a little bit of a delay, but there's Squiggy on my hand when he was still alive. So we acclimated him, moved him into his new tank. He seemed to be doing very well for like maybe 2 days, but he wouldn't ever eat. And so he started kind of looking a little, limp around the edges. And so I reached out to this awesome guy on YouTube. If you want to ever watch any videos about octopuses, go check out the Reef Doctor. I actually sent him a message and I said on Instagram, and I said, hey, I hate to bother you, but I just got this new octopus. He doesn't look like he's feeling all that well. And unfortunately, Squiggy died before the Reef Doctor replied to me. There's another picture of Squiggy on my hand. How cute is he? Seriously. Like octopuses are amazing, amazing creatures. So anyway, he wrote back and he said, actually, Squiggy looks like, to me, he might have been an older octopus. So if you're not familiar with the octopus lifespan, they don't live very long, like maximum of about 2 years. And also, once a male has reproduced, they only have about 4 weeks left to live. So he could have been, he was wild caught. He could have been an octopus that reproduced and we didn't realize it. And he got sent to our store. And by that time, he was already, older than what he was going to, be for forever. I don't know. He just didn't last long. We don't know what happened. I don't think it was anything we did. Everybody we've talked to has said, we don't think it's anything you did. He may not have made the move well from California. It's a pretty big move for a little tiny octopus, but I can tell you they are such amazing creatures. They are so smart. And just really, really fun to watch, fun to interact with. They need to be stimulated every day. You're supposed to play with them, give them puzzles, help them think. So after we got Squiggy, and we had Squiggy in the tank for a couple days, we realized Squiggy is probably going to have some garbage. Well, what do we get to clean garbage up? This is a serpent star. So who would Squiggy be without Lenny? That's Lenny, our serpent star. And so Lenny is actually really super cool too. I'm going to show you this video now. That's Lenny. That's how he moves around. That's him in a critter keeper. There's a little bit of water in the bottom. But that is, that's Lenny. So he is the garbage collector or the janitor for everything else that's in the tank. So we were like, okay, you know, he's pretty cool to have around. So we decided to have him, and oops, nope, I don't want to add that one to the, I added the wrong thing to the screen. So we added him, and now we don't have the octopus for him to clean up after. So that's why I called Logan at Corals and More tonight. I said, okay, we've checked all the levels in our tank over and over again. It is time to add another critter. So what else have we done this summer? Well, we've gone to the zoo. There's a picture of Jim and me with the penguins. I also love penguins. So we went to the St. Louis Zoo, which if you've never checked that out, you've got to see it. The St. Louis Zoo is incredible, and it is a free zoo. Seriously, how many zoos can you get into for free? And this zoo has everything. Like, they have everything, even penguins. So we've gone and done that. We also went up to the Wisconsin Dells. It's absolutely beautiful up there. We've also gone to Tennessee. So we got to see that, but there's us at the Dells, and then there's one of the incredible rock formations at the Dells. I just was so amazed by the colors. We took a boat tour of the Wisconsin River, and absolutely beautiful. So Jim's dad owns a training stables. And so we got to ride horses. I actually got to see Jim, who is a 9 times national roping champion. I actually got to see him rope for the first time ever in my life. And that was a pretty cool sight to see. But I did get to ride a little bit too. We've had friends come and visit us. Just this last weekend, one of our friends came from Illinois to visit, and he is a trapper. So if you see that picture on my head, that is me wearing a skunk cap, a skunk skin cap. No, it has no smell to it. So, you know, people always equate like skunk skins with having some kind of scent. It doesn't. So I was like, yeah, of course I'll try that on. And then we also went on a float trip this last weekend on the Black River. So we've been staying very busy. But you know, here we are, and there we go. Now I'm back to my regular screen. Okay. Just making sure. All right. So that is what Jenny J has been up to. It's just been, I needed a break from, you know, doing the YouTube stuff, and with going back to school for the real estate license and everything. It's been a busy couple of months. Oh, and on top of that, my other daughter, my oldest daughter, she was going to Southeast Missouri for college, and she just transferred. She moved to Florida, so she's going to be going to college in Florida. And so she's down there. So she made that move, and it's a pretty big move, but she's happy. She got to work at SeaWorld this summer. She absolutely loved that job. It was kind of funny because she is majoring in education in college. And so her job at SeaWorld was to be a camp counselor. I didn't even realize SeaWorld had camps, but they do. They have day camps. And so every week she would get a new group of students. Well, she was in the 5th grade group. She was one of the camp counselors for the 5th graders. And there were, I think she said, usually like 20 to 25 kids in the group each week. So each week they'd get a new group of 5th graders. And her very first morning, she texted me and she said, I'm so excited because I get to meet my very first group of kids this morning. I'm so excited to get to know them and hang out with them, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to see all the animals and the, the marine life, and get to ride on roller coasters with them at SeaWorld. She loves roller coasters. So it was a dream job for her. And she said, oh, the kids are going to be so good. I can't wait. And I thought, they're kids, right? I mean, I taught long enough to know. So I just said, okay, have a great first day. Let me know how it goes. Well, by 2:00, I had a text from her, and she said, oh, how many times did I have to tell those kids to stop eating the plants? You wouldn't think you'd have to tell these kids to stop eating the plants over and over again. And I was like, yep, sounds about right. But all in all, she had a great time doing that. Today was actually her very last day. She'll be starting college back up in about 2 weeks. And so she had a great time doing it. I'm glad she enjoyed herself. And, it's hard as a parent to see your kids move on and chase these dreams, but I'm happy for her, and I'm glad she's doing it and going outside of her comfort zone and trying all these new things. So more power to her. So Cowboy Jeff says that Jim should take up photography. Funny you should mention that, Cowboy Jeff. So Jim, actually, before I ever knew him, he had a photography studio. And so, yeah, he did actually take pictures professionally. He did sports pictures and senior photos. He's done weddings and all kinds of things. And, he really is an incredible photographer, which is why I have enlisted him for very cheap to be my real estate photographer, because he can take really great pictures of all these amazing houses I'm going to be selling. So be watching for all of his incredible photography skills. He's already planning. I was telling some of my real estate coworkers today, I was like, yep, he's already planning what lights he needs for, to take into these houses to take pictures and stuff. The lenses he's going to need to buy. So I know it's in good hands. I know I'm going to get great pictures. And I think that is half the battle when you're selling houses, especially when most people look at them initially online. That's where they look first, right? So, yeah, so he is definitely a good photographer, Cowboy Jeff. You're not kidding there. All right, so I am going to skip back up here because I know I have missed all these comments because I've been talking, but Affordable Armory says we definitely want Mo Jenny. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay. Let's see here. Try to quickly scroll through these. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna miss some, but oh, Critter had to go let his dog out. Critter, your dog, he just has the worst timing. Cowboy Jeff says ghost busting. Yeah, we've also dabbled a little bit with the ghost hunting stuff. So that's another story for another time. So Michael Dunn says, watch out below. Yeah, that is so true, because those birds, and I will tell you, we haven't gotten pooped on a single time yet. knock on wood. Reese said, I was worried where this birds and bees thing was going. No, Reese, literally just birds and bees. That's it. Nick says, happy birthday, Jenny. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. Michael Dunn, he had the biggest paper wasp nest underneath the eave of the garage, and one day I noticed something got into it and ate all the wasps. I don't know if that's just brave or stupid. I'm guessing it was probably a bird, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else would eat wasps other than birds. So, AR Guns 1776. Hello, good to see you. I am so glad that you are here. Let's see. Tim Peel says, if you're still shooting the shotguns, the Grand is going on in Sparta, Illinois. You could try out every make and model of shotgun. That's right. That is this weekend. Yeah, that's right. So if any of you have gone to Sparta, it's just across the river from me. Actually, it's just on the other side of St. Louis. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that is going on this weekend. Yay. David Banner, hello. Good to see you. Cowboy Jeff is not allergic to wasps, so that's good. Yeah, I won't tell you guys about when I've gotten stung by bees. I can tell you it is not pretty. Tim Rink says, I have an extreme dislike for starlings. So do we. They're expensive when you have seed pillars, especially. They just tear through those things. We did also, actually, I forgot to mention, we had a house sparrow that plagued us for a while, and we lovingly called him Tubby. He looked like an 80s rocker gone wrong. He would sit up on the wire under our porch, and he'd sit there and his feathers were all like, he's like, yeah, man. And he would just squawk all the time. So we were like, and he was super fat, like really fat. So we're like, what in the world is that bird doing? So first we're like, oh, he's just some, strung out old, I don't know, sparrow. And then one day we were watching and the house finches left their nest unattended. So we see this house sparrow fly over, and we have like party lights like on the ceiling of our porch, and like the big chunky light bulbs, And so this sparrow goes over and he sits on that wire, and he kind of and creeps over and looks up over the edge of that nest, looks down at us, looks over the edge of the nest again, and we're like, there are babies in there. What is he doing? And then he kind of got a little bit closer, like he was starting to get up into the nest. And one of the house finch parents came back and chased him off. Well, a little bit later, we see him over there again, nosing into the nest. And we're like, what is going on? Well, I Googled it, and apparently, and some of you may already know this, house sparrows are actually very vindictive, and they will kill baby birds just for the fun of it. They will peck a hole in their head and then just leave them for dead. So we were like, nope. So, of course, we live in a neighborhood where we can't shoot guns, and we're like, what do we do? How do we get rid of this? How do we get rid of this sparrow? Well, so we're sitting out there with our little blow dart gun, and I say we, I mean Jim, because my aim wouldn't be good enough or fast enough. Trying to use just one of those little round ball blunt blow darts just to kind of knock him off and scare him away. because we didn't want that to go into, we didn't want to use like one with the blade on it so that it would, pierce something, being that there are all these people and cars around and stuff. So eventually Tubby just left. I don't know. He moved on. He got bored. I guess the house finches were grown up and left the nest. So Tubby left too. But yeah, we had Tubby for a while. I don't know. Maybe Tubby will be back next year. Maybe he'll move on to party somewhere else. I don't know. So, Affordable Armory says the birds and the bees on date night were treading dangerous territory. That's awesome. Let's see. Hey, Michael Dunn says octopus tastes so good, LOL. Now. And apparently I was wondering about this too. And apparently, because I was like, is it octopuses or octopi? That's always kind of the question. Octopuses is the accepted term. Who knew? Also, here's another little factoid about marine creatures for you. Sea starfish are no longer called starfish, if you can believe that. Scientists have actually renamed starfish sea stars because they're not actually fish. So they felt the term fish was misleading, so now they call them sea stars instead of starfish. Isn't that crazy? See, you did learn something. You learned something by logging into this live tonight, so congratulations. Oh, geez. Cowboy Jeff, you better not be trying to start a fight in this family. He says, I'm very hopeful that JennyJ1911 got his pair of Dan Wesson heirlooms on summer vacation. Whose side is he on anyway? Cowboy Jeff, you're always trying to start trouble, aren't you? Yes, Cowboy Jeff, octopuses do live better in the water. However, they actually can be out of water for like 20 minutes to an hour, if you can believe that. So crazy, huh? As long as their mantle, which is that big bulbous head part, still has water in it, they're actually okay. They have a siphon that looks kind of like a big ear on one side of their head, on one side of their mantle. And that helps like pull the water in and out through their mantle, and it keeps them hydrated. So as long as they still have that water there, they're okay to be out of the water. So yeah, see, now you learned something new, maybe another new thing. Let's see. All right, Brian's Custom Canvas, taking the conversation back to the guns, which we haven't even got to yet. He says he bought a 1940s M1911 A1 with papers from a consignment sale from a deceased collector, $2,985 mint. That sounds like an awesome find. So very cool. And from the 1940s, that's really, really awesome. Dale Pogue is here. There's a name I haven't seen in a long time. Good to see you, Dale. Let's see. Critter said, no, as a father, you throw the runt out of the nest yelling, fly, kid, fly. That's right. Yes, Cowboy Jeff says that Jim should get a drone for the house pictures and Jenny J videos. Cowboy Jeff, that has been a topic of discussion for about a year now. Apparently, if you use drone footage in your YouTube videos and your YouTube videos are monetized, you have to be able to prove that your drone footage was shot by someone who has gotten their pilot's license for that drone. So, or for a drone. So, neither one of us have done that yet. We haven't gotten our drone pilot license. So, yeah, but yes, you definitely need a drone to take good aerial shots of houses. And we have been discussing that. So if anybody has a drone that they want to send us, feel free to send it my way. I mean, hey, you never know, right? Like I shoot the GoPro. Somebody gives us a new GoPro, which we did take on our Black River float this last weekend, and we got some really cool underwater footage from that. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So Reese says, take a trip to Savannah, Georgia. They have lots of ghosts. I would love to do that. Anywhere. I love that kind of stuff. Love that kind of stuff. So, but like I said, that's another topic for another day. And there might be a lot of people here who really don't care about ghosts. And I should just put a disclaimer in here that Jim is the skeptic. I am not the skeptic. So we balance each other out with that. Now, Critter taught me something I didn't know. He said skunks eat wasp nests. I did not know that. That is really interesting to know. So I wonder if a skunk crawled up there and ate your wasp nest. Reese says, be glad you don't have barn swallows. We always liked barn swallows. Like living on the farm, the barn swallows were good. Like we liked having those around. They took care of a lot of the things that needed to be taken care of out there. Let's see. Michael Dunn says, get the BB gun out. Yeah, we wished we could, but alas. Dale says, that's why I live in the country. Exactly. Wiley Thompson is here. Awesome to see you, Wiley. Cowboy Jeff says, I did learn about octopus tonight. So see, there you go. School was in session, and I'm glad at least one of my students took notes and, said that he learned something cool. Well, he didn't say it was cool, but Michael Dunn, this is a great question. He says, have you sold any houses yet? Well, so today's Friday. I just officially got my license on Monday. So today is only day 5 of having my license. Unfortunately, I have not sold any houses yet. But I'm just on the cusp of it. I know I am. And it's funny because when I went into our office tonight, a couple of them were talking and they were like, so we've been watching your YouTube channel and all your videos, and you know a lot about YouTube. So we're going to be asking you for help with our YouTube channel because they're just trying to get theirs started for the brokerage. And so I was like, hey, yeah, I can totally do that. That is one thing I do know a little bit about, so I can help. Let's see. Cowboy Jeff says, I can fly a plane. I learned as a kid with my grandfather. However, I'm an unlicensed pilot, so take that as your encouragement for adventure. I also did learn how to fly a plane, and I think, is it Walter Bunning, aka Viejo, that also knows how to fly a plane? Wasn't it him? I'm trying to remember. There was somebody on here that also we talked about having like flying experience. So, let's see. Reese says barn swallows are super poopers. That's true. That is very true. But, I think any bird can be. Even our darling little adorable hummingbirds seem to be super poopers. So I think they have, I don't know. I think they have a direct line from that long beak to wherever. So it just, like, they're sitting there drinking, and while they're drinking, we see it coming out the other end sometimes. And yeah, I'm glad I don't have a system like that. Cowboy Jeff says 2.5 hour live tonight. Cowboy Jeff is dreaming. Michael Dunn says she has 3 months to catch up with. 5 hours? LOL. Oh my gosh. You guys, seriously. No, nobody wants to listen to this for 5 hours. Nobody wants to listen to this for 3 hours. Are you kidding me? Or 2.5 or whatever, what the 2.5 hours Cowboy Jeff says. Okay, Reese says, yes, it is Walter. So that's what I was thinking. I hope Walter's doing okay. I haven't heard from him in a while. So yeah. Anyway, so there we have it. That is Jenny J's life of the last couple of months in a nutshell. So now you know, I am a realtor. I am JennyJ1911. Hopefully some of you are still drinking out of your cups. And I will never ever give up on that. But I am also starting this new adventure, and I'm so excited that, you know, my workday ends at 2:00 with my other job, so that I have been able to have the opportunity to go back and get my real estate license. It's just been something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and now I've done it. And like I always tell my own kids, it is never, never, never too late to reinvent yourself. So even you, critter, you could reinvent yourself if you wanted to, but I hope you don't, because we like you just the way you are. Affordable Armory says octopuses sounds funny. 4 years of Latin tells me it's octopi. Yeah, I know, I agree. Isn't it crazy? It does seem like that should be the more accepted term. Walter just asked about you, Jenny. Michael Dunn said, "Aw, well, that's sweet. Well, you can tell him I'm still alive." So, J. Crew family, Cowboy Jeff says, and Michael Dunn says, J. Crew rules. Yes, that is right. My J. Crew, no one will ever replace my J. Crew in my heart. And you guys are just so, so awesome and amazing. I cannot believe that so many of you showed up, and obviously there have been more people viewing this than would have commented. So it makes me feel a lot happier knowing that there have been people here and I haven't just been talking to myself, because I do that sometimes too. So, but all right, I am going to sign off. Yes, we didn't talk about guns at all, but in true Friday night date night fashion, I thought, you know what? My J. Crew needs to know what I've been up to. And I want you to make sure you stick around, keep watching these videos, and watch out for that Cosent video. You guys are going to love it. You're going to love the pictures of it. It is just a beautifully phenomenal gun that shoots extremely, extremely well. So, that being said, oh yeah, wish me luck, because apparently I'm going to start scuba diving soon. So all that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Think of me on Sunday. If you happen to make some cake or brownies or something, eat a bite for me in celebration of my 47th birthday. There it is. I'll be 47. So thank you all for being here, and have a great night and a great weekend. And I look forward to talking to you all again soon.